What if I told you that the American dream of homeownership could become your worst nightmare? Not because of mortgage payments or maintenance costs, but because of something far more sinister hiding in the fine print. This is the story of Mia Rodriguez, a brilliant software engineer who thought she'd found her perfect home. Instead, she discovered that in real estate, some deals are literally too good to be true. Because they're designed to steal more than just your money. Meet Victor Ashworth, a real estate agent with 20 years of experience and a reputation for finding unique opportunities for his clients. What Mia didn't know was that Victor specialized in properties with very particular histories.
This property has been waiting for someone exactly like you, Mia. The previous owner was very particular about who could inherit her legacy.
The house was everything Mia had dreamed of. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, a basement perfect for a home office, and priced nearly 30% below market value. In Portland's competitive housing market, it seemed like a miracle. But as any horror fan knows, when something seems too good to be true, there's usually a very good reason why. Before we continue Mia's story, let's talk about complex legal mechanisms that most home buyers never know exist. Arizona's beneficiary deed laws, for example, allow property to be transferred upon death, with conditions that can create years of legal uncertainty. Disclaimer deeds are another tool that can be weaponized. These mechanisms are legitimate legal tools that can become weapons in the wrong hands. Mia was about to learn that some houses come with more than just a mortgage. They come with obligations to the dead. Software engineers are logical people. They believe in patterns, in cause and effect. So when Mia noticed the floor creaking in a specific sequence every night at exactly 2:17 a.m., she decided to investigate. The message was simple but chilling. Get out.
Get out.
Most people might dismiss this as coincidence, old pipes, or an overactive imagination, but Mia was about to receive a visit that would prove the house's message was very real.
You signed what I couldn't escape. Ownership here is perpetual. My husband signed, and I never left. I am Eleanor Blackthorne. I believe there's been a mistake with your purchase. This house, it belongs to me.
Eleanor Blackthorne had been dead for 15 years. Eleanor's story was impossible. She claimed that when she died in 2009, she had created what she called a spiritual trust, a legal mechanism that would allow her to reclaim her property if the new owners failed to maintain certain conditions.
You see, dear, this house requires proper care. The garden must be tended in a specific pattern. The basement door must remain locked between midnight and dawn. And most importantly, the previous owners must be properly honored.
7 families had owned the house since Eleanor's death. Each had sold within 6 months, citing irreconcilable differences with previous arrangements. 2 families had simply abandoned the property, leaving their belongings behind. But the most disturbing discovery was yet to come. Mia found that Victor Ashworth had been the selling agent for every single transaction since 2009. Victor Ashworth wasn't just a real estate agent. He was a procurer, a talent scout for the dead. Mia's legal training from business school told her this was nonsense. But her research into the property's history revealed a disturbing pattern. When Mia confronted Victor about the pattern, she discovered the horrifying truth about her deal. Victor had developed a system that exploited both legal loopholes and supernatural phenomena.
Eleanor doesn't just want her house back, Mia. She wants to prove that property law extends beyond death. Every sale, every contract, every deed, they're all experiments in binding the living to the dead.
The phantom clause in Mia's deed wasn't just legal jargon. It was a binding supernatural contract that tied her to the property until she either fulfilled Eleanor's impossible demands or found another victim to take her place. Mia realized she was trapped in a cycle of supernatural real estate fraud. Each victim becomes complicit in finding the next one, or face consequences far worse than foreclosure. While Mia's story is fictional, real estate fraud is unfortunately very real. Common red flags include properties priced significantly below market value, sellers who pressure quick closings, agents who discourage independent inspections, and contracts with unusual clauses or terminology. Always verify that your agent is properly licensed. Research the property's complete ownership history and never sign documents you don't fully understand. In buying property, the most expensive mistake isn't overpaying, it's not doing your due diligence. Mia faced an impossible choice: find another victim to take her place and become complicit in the supernatural fraud, or remain trapped in a house that was slowly consuming her sanity and her soul.
Property law is eternal, Mia. Ownership transcends death. The deed must be transferred, or the house will take what it's owed, starting with your ability to ever leave.
But Mia remembered something from her software engineering training. Every system has vulnerabilities, even supernatural ones. If the phantom clause was bound by legal language, then legal language could be manipulated. She created a legal paradox. a contract that granted ownership to the person reading this deed, while simultaneously stating that this deed cannot be read by anyone with the legal right to own property. The supernatural contract system couldn't process the contradiction.
This is impossible. Legal paradoxes cannot exist.
Mia broke the cycle, freed the house from its supernatural mortgage, and exposed Victor's scheme to authorities. She sold the property, legitimately this time, to a young family who have lived there happily for 2 years. But late at night, in real estate offices across the country, other agents like Victor still shuffle through properties with phantom clauses, still looking for buyers who won't read the fine print carefully enough.